Hello and welcome to AI Market News by LM. Today was one of those days that starts out following a script everyone thinks they know, right? All eyes on the economy. But then, completely out of left field, a massive geopolitical bombshell just rewrites the entire story. So let's break down what just happened. First off, let's just set the scene. The market had an absolutely fantastic day. I mean, the S&P 500 shot up 0.8%, which was its best day in months. The Dow and other indices rallied hard too, with some even hitting new record highs. By every measure, it was a really strong day. So the obvious question is, why? What was the fuel for this fire? The easy answer, the one everyone was pointing to at first, was the big jobs report. It was the first clean look at the labor market we've had in a while. But as we're about to see, that was only half the picture. And honestly, not even the important half. Okay, let's start with that first headline, the one everyone thought was the big story, the labor data. And what we got wasn't some clear, straightforward signal for the economy. No, it was more like a really complicated puzzle. A quick look at the details here from the JOLTS report gives us our first clue. Check this out. Job openings stayed pretty much flat at 7.1 million. But look at hires. They actually went down by almost 200,000. It's like companies were putting out help wanted signs, but they weren't actually ready to bring anyone on board. So the big takeaway here is that the report was just sending all these mixed signals. Yeah, the unemployment rate ticked down a bit, which is good, but then job creation was weaker than expected, and they revised the numbers for previous months lower, which is not so good. It really was a classic head-scratcher. The data showed some weakness, but not enough to suggest the economy is about to fall off a cliff or that the Fed would have to change course. And right as the market was trying to figure out what to make of all that confusing data, boom, the real story of the day dropped. And believe me, it had absolutely nothing to do with non-farm payrolls. Suddenly, all eyes pivoted to the White House. The president called a major meeting with the CEOs of the world's biggest energy giants. We're talking Chevron, Exxon, the heavy hitters. And the topic was nothing short of a complete game changer, a plan to totally overhaul Venezuela's oil industry, with the US at the helm. The president didn't mince words. He laid out this incredibly audacious goal right from the get-go. This wasn't just talk about diplomacy or sanctions. No, the plan was for American companies to physically go into Venezuela and rebuild its entire oil infrastructure, basically from scratch. And this chart, wow, it just perfectly shows the scale of the challenge here. Venezuela sits on the largest crude reserves on the planet, but its industry has completely crumbled. At its peak, it was pumping out 3.7 million barrels a day. Today, it's struggling to produce less than 1 million. That is a staggering collapse. So what does a plan this huge, this unprecedented actually look like? Let's unpack the details of this proposed deal, because they are pretty wild. Okay, two things here just jump right off the page. First, that number, $100 billion, with a B. And the president expects private companies to foot that bill. And then, the catch. These companies are only going to put up that kind of cash if the US government provides, in his words, total safety, total security. This structure of this deal is really unlike anything we've ever seen. Let's run through the pillars. So, US companies do the rebuilding. Then, the US government basically takes over refining and selling the oil. And here's the kicker. The companies will deal directly with Washington, not with the government in Caracas. This plan basically puts the United States in the driver's seat for almost everything. And it looks like there's already some serious corporate support, at least on the surface. Chevron, which is really the one major US oil company that never fully packed up and left Venezuela, signaled that they're on board. Having a key player like that, one who knows the country inside and out, definitely lends a lot of credibility to this whole thing. But let's be real, a project this ambitious, well, the potential rewards are massive, but they're matched by some equally enormous risks. We have to look at the major hurdles here. First up, security. How exactly does the US guarantee safety for billions of dollars of assets and personnel in such an unstable place? Then there's political risk. What if a new administration comes in and just tears up the whole deal? And what about the infrastructure itself? Some experts say it's so far gone it needs a total gut rehab. And of course, the big one, geopolitics. How are rivals like China, Russia, and Iran, who've all benefited from the chaos in Venezuela, going to react when they get pushed out? So we end the day with a big market rally. But it wasn't built on a confusing jobs report. It was built on this, the blueprint for one of the boldest, riskiest geopolitical and economic plays in recent memory. The market seems to be looking past the risks and focusing on the potential rewards. A new, stable supply of oil, huge contracts for American companies, and a major shift in the global energy landscape. The only question now is, will this historic gamble actually pay off? This video is automatically generated by NotebookLM, an AI-powered tool. The reference sources used in this summary are listed in the video description. As this content is AI-generated, there may be errors in proper names, pronunciation, or unnatural speech. This video does not provide investment or trading advice. Please make investment decisions at your own discretion. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.